Hello, everyone. We are here with an admissions counselor, Kelsey, and in just a few moments, we're going to have another counselor, Jacob, join us. And we're going to be doing a Q&A. So if there are any questions that you have out there about Chico State, about admissions policies, anything you'd like to know about our campus or our town, please let us know, and we are here to answer them. And I do have some preset questions that I will be asking as well. So for now, just waiting for Jacob to join on so we can go ahead and get started. Kelsey, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Kelsey. I'm an admissions counselor, like Sarah said. I've been working with the Office of Admissions for just over a year now. I actually graduated from Chico in 2018 with my degree in liberal studies. I grew up just east of Chico in Paradise. It was so much fun having such a beautiful campus right in my backyard. Right now we are outside of Bidwell Mansion. This is a local historical spot in Chico. You can see all the beautiful colors and the changing trees. We're so lucky to have such a beautiful place right next to our campus.
Yes, thank you, Kelsey. It looks like Jacob just joined on. I'm going to go ahead and ask Jacob to join, and we can go live and get started with our question. Okay, so we'll just wait another moment. Oh, hey, Jacob.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. In Southern California down here, trying to find a quiet place.
Yeah, so Jacob is one of our recruiters that's actually located in Southern California. So he is not here in Chico, but Jacob, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure, my name's Jacob. I'm an admissions counselor, and like Sarah said, I'm a regional recruiter. So that means I live in Southern California in Los Angeles County, and my region is from the south central coast, like Monterey County, all the way down here through LA, a little bit into San Diego. I also lead a lot of our out-of-state recruitment. So.
Cool. Okay. And Jacob, you are from Chico yourself, right?
That's right. Yeah, I grew up in Chico, went all through school there, and then I've worked all over the country, a few different larger universities, a smaller CSU campus in the Central Coast, and now I'm here in Southern California.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with questions. And again, to our audience, we have a couple viewers out there. Please feel free to throw in any questions that you might have for Kelsey and Jacob. But Jacob, I'll start the first two questions with you. Since you're from Chico, can you give us an idea of where we are located?
Yeah, so we are 90 miles north of Sacramento in Northern California, kind of halfway east and west between the ocean and the eastern border, which borders Nevada. So from different places in California, it's about an hour and a half drive from Sacramento. It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive from the Bay Area. From the Santa Cruz area or Central Coast area, it's closer to 4 to 5 hours. And then it's about 7 or 8 hours from the Los Angeles metro area. San Diego, you'd add another hour and a half or 2 hours. So that kind of gives you an idea of distance. I think in terms of where we are kind of geographically, it's a rural area. So a lot of people from Southern California, when you're driving to Chico, it kind of feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. And then as soon as you get into town, you find yourself in this bustling kind of college town. So it's kind of neat in that way.
Yeah, very true. So Kelsey, this question will be for you. What is there to do in Chico?
Yeah, great question. So Chico is actually home to a just over 3,000 acre municipal park. It's one of the largest in California. There's tons of hiking, biking, and swimming in the park. So lots of people are usually out in the park, out and about during the week. We also have we have a really vibrant downtown. There's tons of local places, local restaurants. We have tons of shops as well. And then something really cool we have is on Saturday mornings we have a farmer's market that runs throughout the year. And then during the summer months we have a farmer's market that is on Thursday nights as well.
Cool. And do students need to have their own car when they're living in Chico?
Yeah, so it really depends. Chico is a super bike-friendly community, so if you have a bike, I would definitely recommend bringing that. We have the B Line, which is our county public transit. It's a bus that can take you all around the county. Students are actually able to use that free if they have their student ID card. We have the Greyhound buses and Amtrak. Those can both take you to the Sacramento airport if you live farther away. And another really great thing is you'll oftentimes make friends that have cars around here. So you don't have to have a car, but if you want to bring one, you can as well.
Cool. And Jacob, can you give us a little bit more information about the application? What does that do?
What does the application do? The application is due, it just was extended this morning. So initially it was due December 4th, but now it's been extended a couple weeks to December 15th. So the application is due. You have a little bit of extra time now, thankfully. We recognize a lot of people are dealing with some unforeseen circumstances, as the phrase goes. So we want to give everybody a chance to get all their ducks in a row and submit a good application. So we add a little extra time on there.
Yeah, so thank you for highlighting that, Jacob. Our application deadline has been extended, so you can find more information about that on our website and at the calstate.edu website, and that is an extension for all of the Cal State campuses, so December 15th. And where can we find the CSU Chico application?
You can find it a few places. The easiest way that I find is just to do a Google search for Cal State Apply. You can also visit the Chico State Admissions website and find the application there. I think it says Apply Now, and you'll be able to click on, and that will take you directly to the Cal State Apply website as well.
Perfect. All right, and Kelsey, what information or materials do students need to have with them in order to complete the application?
So first off, you need either like a course list or an unofficial transcript. That is going to be really useful filling out the application, just to make sure you put all the classes you've taken, whether you're applying as a first-time freshman or an upper division trans student. And then you're also going to need personal information from your parent or guardian and a little bit of financial information from them as well.
Perfect. Just letting our audience know they can ask us questions as well. And when do students need to submit their official transcripts?
Yeah, so first-time freshmen and upper division transfer students need to submit an initial copy by February 12th and then a final official copy by July 15th for fall 2021.
Perfect. And can we just appreciate this really beautiful fall day? Kelsey has all these leaves falling around her. We have a lot of people from our community just kind of out and about. It's just really a beautiful time in Chico. Okay, so Jacob, this next question is going to be for you. What is the application fee, and is there a fee waiver for our students?
Great. Yeah, so this is the question I've been answering all day, actually, and happy to do it. But the typical application fee is $70 per campus. So if you're applying to more than one CSU campus, it's supposed to be a $70 fee for every campus you apply to. Built into the application, there are financial questions that Kelsey describes. So that's why you need that financial information for your family. That establishes whether you qualify for the fee waiver. And if you do, then you can apply to up to 4 campuses for free. Now, the question I've been getting a lot is, I didn't qualify for the fee waiver in the application, but my family is not bringing in as much money as they did in previous years. Is there a way that I can still qualify or get an exception and apply for free? And if that's your situation, then contact one of our admissions counselors and we'll give you detailed instructions on how you can do that. But each campus is going to kind of address exceptions to the Cal State Apply fee waiver. They're all going to do it a little bit differently, so you have to get in touch with the individual campus. But we're happy to do that.
Perfect. And we did get a question in the chat, so I can just answer this one real quick. Someone asked, how do you submit your transcript? So depending on your school, typically your high school can either send those through electronically and upload those to us, or they could just send those through the mail to us. So you can find our mailing address on our website, csuchico.edu/admissions, and you can have those official transcripts sent directly through the mail. Or if your school or community college is able to send those electronically, they're typically able to do so through a database. So you can contact your school's registrar or records office directly for more information. Okay, and this next question is going to go to Kelsey. As a first-time freshman, do I need SAT or ACT test scores to apply?
So for fall 2021, we will not be using SAT or ACT scores, so you do not need to take the test. You do not need to submit the test scores if you've already taken it. For fall 2022 and beyond, We are expecting students will take it, but if that changes, we will let you know as soon as we have made a decision.
Perfect. If I'm applying as a transfer student, when do all of my admission requirements need to be completed? Can I apply with courses in progress or planned?
Yeah, so yes, you can apply with courses in progress or planned, and all of your requirements need to be completed by the previous spring semester if you're applying for fall, and if you're applying for spring, they need to be completed the previous fall. So the main term before you are wanting to come to Chico.
Yeah, perfect. So we don't use summer or winter courses for admission purposes, basically. So if you have any questions about that, you could always reach out to us. Okay, Jacob, this next question is going to be for you. Do I need to have my associate's degree completed in order to transfer to Chico State?
That's a great question. It's a common misconception that you have to have your AA or ADT in order to be accepted to Chico State, and that's not true. You have other work you need to do. So the basic admissions requirements are that you have 60 units of transferable courses, that you have at least 30 units of GE completed, and you have 4 very specific GE courses done. We call them the Golden 4. Now, if you have your AA, chances are you probably have done most, if not all of that, which is great. But there are plenty of students who complete just the requirements that I explained without actually earning an AA, and they are also eligible. So no, it is not a requirement to have an AA or an AS or an ADT in order to be accepted to Chico State. Great question.
Perfect. And just again, can you say how many units a student needs exactly to transfer?
Sure, you have to have 60 or more semester units of college transferable coursework.
Perfect.
Yep, and all of that, if you have any questions about that stuff, that's a big part of our job is working with potential transfer students. So you're always welcome to give us a call. We'll go through your transcripts, we'll review it. Maybe you're working with an advisor and you just want to get a second opinion. Totally happy to do that. Just give us a call and we'll help you work that out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this next question is for Kelsey. If I need academic support, is there a place on campus that can help?
Yeah, so we have a great student learning center, also known as the SLC. It is a place where students can go. They have 4 specific things that they do supplemental instruction, which is typically an hour-long tutoring session taught by a student who previously took the class that can help you. They'll usually provide study guides and whatnot. They also have a math learning lab and a writing center. So that's the Student Learning Center. And then we also have a service for students. It's called the Accessibility Resource Center. And this is where students can go if they need any accommodation. So the ARC can do things like exam accommodation. So if you need extra time taking tests, they can have a note taker. They have someone, if you say you break your foot and you have a class all the way across campus, they can transport you from one side of campus to the other. And they even have sign language interpreters as well. So those are a few of the different services ARC offers.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely some great resources on campus for our students. And those are just some of them. We have plenty of others for our students as well. So Kelsey, what do students typically do when they have free time between their classes?
Yeah, so our campus is beautiful. So a lot of times students will just hang out on campus, maybe sit down on the lawn and read a book. Maybe meet up with classmates or other students in clubs or organizations they're with, maybe go downtown. There's tons of local restaurants that students can access as well. Downtown's just a short 5-minute walk. So students have a variety of things they're able to do in between classes.
Yeah, and earlier today we actually posted a quick little video on our IGTV about downtown Chico, so definitely check that out. It definitely highlights our quaint little college town that we have here in Chico. Okay, so Jacob, can you tell us if it's easy for students to find part-time jobs and internships here at Chico State?
Sure. Most students either work part-time. We have many students that also work full-time. So there are jobs available. We have a great career center that works really hard to help students find those jobs and get connected with those jobs. So that's usually the first place we refer people. They have a great database called Handshake, where anybody from the community, including on-campus employers, can post jobs, and that's an added resource for students to take advantage of that's only and just specifically for Chico State students. So that's a great way to do it. Now, it's depending on industry and kind of what exactly you're trying to do. There's going to be a range of how difficult or easy, it's going to be to find a job, but plenty of our students work. We have some great resources to help students get connected with the perfect job while they're a student.
Cool. And Jacob, can you tell us if Chico State has an honors program?
Yeah, we do. This is another question we get pretty regularly. So there's kind of two different ways that we have honors at Chico State. There are honors. There's an honors college where it's kind of like a curated selection of GE courses that are all coherent. Instead of just doing, individual GE courses kind of ad hoc, there's an honors program for GE. And then it's also possible for students to earn honors within their major specifically. So any potential students that are interested in that, you can visit the website of your specific program and major, and almost all of them have a detailed section somewhere in the text on their website about what it takes to earn honors in the major. And that's usually, it can range from doing a specific project to having a certain GPA and doing other steps, but usually that's something that students are working on throughout the time that they're, getting ready to graduate, and then they do the final kind of steps to earn those honors at the very end of their programs. If you have questions about the major specific honors, you would definitely just ask your advisor and or talk to your department, depending on which major you're in, and they can tell you how to earn honors in the major.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Jacob. So we did get another question out there from an audience member, and they are wondering what our favorite spots are on campus during downtime. So I know I can say that I really enjoy kind of hanging out by Big Chico Creek that we have running through our campus. We were so lucky to have, it's kind of behind me, I don't know if you could really see it from here, but Big Chico Creek does run all the way through our campus. And so there are a lot of really beautiful spots. You can just kind of hang out, maybe eat your lunch, read a book, benches down there as well. So that's one of my favorite spots on campus.
Yeah, one of my favorite spots on campus is to hang out on Kendall Lawn. There's been many times I've taken blankets out there and just had a nice afternoon reading a book or eating my lunch. So yeah.
My favorite spot, there's that second coffee shop that's kind of over behind the Rose Garden, and there's a path between there across the creek, and there's a few benches right there kind of behind Kendall Hall. That's a really nice spot also, where it's a little bit quiet. There's a coffee shop, so if you want to grab a drink or a snack, you can take that and sit by the creek, kind of watch people go by, but it's not too busy. It's a really nice spot too.
Yeah, that's a really good study spot too, Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are getting down to our last set of questions, but again, if there are any questions out there from the audience, please let us know through the chat. This next question is going to be for Kelsey. What was your favorite class at Chico State?
I think my favorite class was one of my major specific classes for liberal studies. It was in English 341. It was a class that we focused on literature, and we actually got to read 10 books over the course of the semester. And I know that might seem like a lot to some people, or to other people not a lot at all, but it was a lot of fun. My professor gave us different subjects that we would have to pick from different books. So we read different authors and different genres, and it was just a lot of fun to get just kind of to experience different authors and whatnot, because I hadn't done a lot of reading outside of like my specific genre that I like to read. So it was a really good experience. Definitely, opened my eyes to other genres out there. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun class. Liberal Studies is definitely a really great program on our campus. And Kelsey, can you also tell us, I know that when you were a student, you were pretty involved on campus. What are some ways that students can get involved?
Yeah, so Chico has over 200 recognized student organizations, so there's tons of ways you can get involved with clubs. If you're interested in something major specific, almost all of our majors have clubs that are have something to do with them. We also have like special interests and cultural and religious clubs. We do have Greek life. It's about 10% of our student population participates in Greek life. I would definitely recommend checking out something called Wildcat Sync. It's kind of like a Facebook page, but for different clubs on Chico State's campus. You can search through them, see what we have. So yeah, clubs and organizations. You can also, another thing is, We have a lot of different leadership opportunities. So when I was a student, my freshman year, I was part of a program called Flow, or Freshman Leadership Opportunity. That's kind of what opened my eyes to a lot of different opportunities on Chico's campus. We also have a program for transfer students. And so, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and so this last question is going to be for both Jacob and Kelsey. If you could tell us what is your favorite thing about Chico?
My favorite thing is that we are a college town and that our college is located right next to downtown. So I feel like Chico State and the Chico community are really one and the same. So, you know, if you're a Chico State student, you are considered to be part of the Chico community. They're not separate. The community really embraces the college. So that is probably my favorite thing, along with how beautiful campus is. So.
Yeah, I think that's really true. I feel the same, that having lived lots of different places in the country, I've learned that I really like a college town, and there are very few places that have that feeling as much and as in such a nice way that Chico does, both for the community members enjoying the presence of the students, but also as a student. And for most people, I think they feel really welcomed and valued because the community does really value the presence of the university and all that it brings, the energy and obviously the cultural kind of benefits of having a university and all the young people that are active and engaged and excited to be there. The second thing I really love about Chico is that it's a great spot to get into nature. There's so many interesting destinations within an hour or two of Chico, in the high Sierras and the eastern Sierras and Lassen National Park. There's rivers, there's great cycling, really rugged kind of remote mountain activities you can get into. So that's kind of for not being a college student, that's what I really love to do, is get out into nature, and you can find places again within an hour's drive of Chico where if you want, you can be completely alone, just in nature with no other people around. And there are very few places in California that are like that. So I think that's really valuable and a really cool part about the campus.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, Kelsey and Jacob, both for being here to answer our questions and for sharing a little bit more about the Chico experience. Students and viewers who are watching, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our phone number is 530-898-6322. You can also reach us by email. That's info@csuchico.edu. We will also be hosting an application workshop via Zoom on December 3rd. And that's from 3 to 5 p.m. So you can find that link on our website, csuchico.edu/admissions. And you can connect virtually with us and find that link. So thank you all so much for joining. And again, thank you, Jacob and Kelsey.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.